First, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. I never really got a chance to test out or even have a look at the Black Series Alpha. When I was staying over with my family, like I said, the area I was at, but still an amazing blessing. But like I said, wasn't a lot of room in there for me to be able to do any testing in that area. Now we're in a much larger area. I can get a look at it. So, sitting there watching a little TV, and decided to come in here and just put a little bit down to see what it would look like, because I never got a chance to check it out. Tomorrow, hopefully, I can get out and get some rollers and stuff, and I have a 100-inch wallpaper surface, which I'm gonna have to plaster. I'm gonna do it right here because it's the only place we have where we're not hitting rug, and put some plastic down and then roll the screen in, because I'm curious to see what that's going to look like. But I did a sample sheet over here. We're going to have samples of this product. So what I want to do is I'm just going to go over this right here. What I did realize is I'm just using a sock, and man, it went on so smoothly. It's beautiful how well it coats, even with just using a sock. So I'm just going to coat this one section in here, right there. And let me play this a little bit. I tell you, fire sticks, man, buggier than buggier can be. If I get the option, I am not going near fire sticks ever again. I have all kinds of issues with those things. See, I'm hitting this. There we go. I do not like. I've had 8 or 9 fire sticks, so clearly had enough of them to know all the little problems that go on with those things. Not a big fan of them. When I first started up, good gracious, are freaking headaches. They're temperamental. Oh, there we go. Man, they go through all that proper fire stick. All right, so yeah, not a big fan. I've had dozens of fire sticks, and I've had all kinds of problems with them. I'll try an Apple TV next. All right, so we got some of this already saturated on here. So I'm gonna get a little bit more on here. I'm curious to see how this stuff is gonna react. You don't need a lot. I think I painted enough screens in to know that how it covers is we may have to change the size on how much it's going to actually be to cover, because it looks like we're going to be able to do a much larger screen size at 32 ounces easily. It's over here like so. There we go. It's better. I'm not worried about my table. I think I knocked out my fire stick, honestly. Yeah, I did knock it out. Oh, the dreaded fire stick. Does she ever work? Let's see what's going on with her now. I need you to pause and be nice. So I want to get a look at this. Now, when we make these darker screen paints, what happens is they do come up darker when they're wet. As they start to dry, they get lighter. Much like the 150-inch screen I have sitting in the next room. And if I'm going to be doing some demonstrations on the products, I do like the lighting in here, I do want to make sure I have the wallpaper surface, because the wallpaper surface, number one, I don't have to have tons of screens laying around the house. I can just roll it up, stick it in the corner, I'm done. That's it. That's what I'm going to do, wallpapers only. Much easier to do. Oh, there's that cord up in the corner again, the fire stick. get her to function again. Oh, she's functioning again. Okay. So we're just using a sock to coat it on. That's it. This is how easy it is to coat. I wouldn't advise you painting the screen with a sock, but it just shows you how easy it is to coat. This stuff isn't. It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be one coat application. It's going to be very. Most of our stuff is one coat application, but this stuff's going to go on so smooth it's not even funny. I was able to paint this, like I said, literally with a tube sock. So, yeah. Now we're going to have, the reason why we're having samples of this, because this stuff is a bit pricey from what we usually sell our products for, but, and it's also too a rare item to get, but you can get an idea exactly with how it's going to react if we buy one, or, I don't know how to put it this way, when I mean they're rare, we make 10 of these a month in the entire world. Are not going to be saying, well, I can't put it that way. I don't want to make it seem like it's impossible to get one, but it's kind of like, I don't know the way to put it, but that's what we're making them that way. The reason why, because I've always wanted a really rare collection of screen paint. That's what I wanted. I got plenty of screen paints we develop all the time, but I just wanted one of them that was just extremely rare to get. And there's actually another one we're developing, but it's actually really, really rare to get. Actually, one of those are made per year. So it gives people who actually are able to obtain one of these some serious crazy bragging rights. Because they say, look, you can't get this screen. These screens are only 10 of these. Yeah, that's why we're doing it. But we want to make sure we have samples and stuff for them so you can try it out. But and if you have the sample, you can get the screen, or it's up to you and how you want to do it. But we need that screen to react. Okay, that's doing pretty good. Still got to go through a bunch of testing. Just go through a ton of testing. Because I still have to see how it's going to react. Distance through all that stuff, 1,000 lumens. We need to know how it's going to react on everything. I'm not worried about jacking up the table. Let's see, it's producing all the colors nicely. I didn't get a chance because I never got a chance to test it out because, in the area I was at, couldn't do any testing in there at all, period. So it's a better place to try it out, see what we got. So those are the containers over there. The containers are actually black glass containers, and yes, they will be in a special little box to make sure they don't get out and get damaged. Oh, gee whiz. You know what one now? The colors on here look really crazy. Gaming on the PS5 when this is going to be freaking insane. Or on PC, either way, there's going to be a difference. We're going to do the PS4 and PS5 side by side in gaming on this and PC. I don't want people to feel at the end of the day they have to have a superior machine in order to run and have beautiful colors. We're going to do all of them. But other than that, yeah. So other sample sheet right here. Waiting for this one to dry. I got this by my fan on my side of my projector. That blows more heat out the side, so it dries it a little faster. Well, that kills my curiosity right there altogether. I was just trying to figure out exactly. Wow. That's freaking crazy. I just rolled over a table with this. But I didn't. Oh no, get the cord. Oh, he's bumping the cord. Very nice. There you go. It don't take much. It don't take much at all to get it to trigger. That's pretty cool. I can't wait to do the screen now. I like that. This is actually much darker than the other products we make. But I'm going to need one of these. Definitely going to need one of these. I'm definitely going to need one of these. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint my whole table with this. Paint my whole table. I can set my projector up. I'm gonna watch right off my whatchamacallit. Set it up so I can. Oh, no. Even better. I can literally mount it. No, I forgot. We got wallpapers going on this side. Can't do it that way. Unless we bring a glass table in here, we got this invisible technology. And we coat that and put it on. So if I haven't decided what I'm doing here yet. Besides the wallpapers, yes, I'm gonna do. But other projection screen setups, I haven't decided yet. Later on through time, we'll be changing out some stuff. We do have an invisible black technology. I do want to use that for some tables. So I'll probably change these tables out to glass, coat that, and get these projectors. These projectors have an interesting option that allows you, where the stand has an interesting option that allows you to set it underneath and project up through the table. By the way, projector easy to get, stand, nightmare. I had a couple of people call me about those stands, and they just could not seem to get them at all, period. They're really hard to get. If you find one, you're able to get one for the NEC projector. I'll put the model number in there for you. They're really hard to get. All right, so I like that. And we're about the table. I know I got an idea of what I'm working with. I made about a quart of it. I got some in the other container right there. But it gives me an idea of what I'm working with. Why you have to make sure your hands are completely washed before you walk anywhere. Literally, hands weren't washed. But grab something, I'd have jacked it up. I'm gonna wash your hands again. Red screen. Red screen. Deal with that over here. Yeah, it's reading color. So I don't really get a good idea until we blow it up at 106 inches. Then I don't know exactly what I'm dealing with, but it does give me an idea of what I'm dealing with. Blue screen. Okay. Going through a bit of some depression. And the reason why is because I spent 4 years in solitude in that house. I got used to it. And I got introduced to being around my family members and friends for the last 2 months, and now I'm back in solitude again. So yeah. Even though I can just go over there and pop over anytime I want to, but still, I get used to it. I guess what they call it, I go through these adjustments. Every time I move into a new house, I always go through this crap. It lasts for a couple of days and I'm back to normal. Get that with every place I'm moving to. Even sometimes with every place I'm moving to, I get that little feeling. I don't take well to change. Oh yeah, that's a real Xbox in that box over there. Real Xbox. I'm asking her that one time. I was like, is that a real Xbox in there? Like, yep, that's a real Xbox in there. Do. Let me see something real quick in here. I have no idea how people have white screens in environments with all this light. Like, how in the world is that even working at the end of the day? Like, how in the world? I've seen people, I'm not talking about gray screens, forget gray screens. People, majority, most people are going to bump into have white screens. How are you operating a white screen and all that light? It's so washed out. Every time I see some news conference and it has this big old white screen, it's so washed out. Gee whiz. Yeah. I just don't get it at all. I don't know. So that's why we're going to do a half and half this time. We're going to get an inflatable screen, paint, keep half of it the way it is, and the other half coated with this black technology we have for the outdoor technology. And we're going to have that at the parks and stuff like that. I want to shift my machine. I forgot this thing got a credible lens shift attached to it. This is it. Let's see. My projector has a very insane lens shift attached to it. That's why I got it. Well, I didn't know you even had it when I got it. All right, let's see how far we hit the ground on this bad boy. What I mean by it has an insane lens shift attached to it, this is what I mean. I can literally shift to the floor if I want with this bad boy. The lens shift on here is brutal. It's amazing. All right, so we can bypass the entire screen and just hit the wall, hit the floor, ceiling. Sorry, hit the floor if we want. Which isn't really a bad idea, to tell you the truth, because I'm actually going to be covering all this in with that same screen we had back there, so I can just lens shift it to the floor. This will give me an idea what I'm working with. Now, when we do these paints, I'm going to explain to some people, we don't expect for them to be insane from the door. We do expect them to do a certain thing, but that's where the testing comes in from. Testing comes in, allows me to be able to see what the screen paint can do and what it can't do. This is why I explain over and over again to people who have untested products, this is why that's very important. So we can't sell this stuff until we actually run it through tests, because I need to know, we need to know at the end of the day what it can and what it can't do. That's why people end up getting busted on camera, because again, they didn't test their products out. And if they did test their products out, they would have realized that maybe I shouldn't be putting these two together. That's why. Red screen. Blue screen. Green screen. Good. Let's test its white level capabilities. Let me see. Slow color change out. Slow color change out. Where's she taking, Boogie? Slow color change out. Color change out screen. No, this one's in slow.
Anyone going through a natural disaster, it's always going to be sharp.
LG Jazz demonstration. Trying to be on a much bigger surface than that. We got a 106 in storage, but I need to see exactly what I'm dealing with here. This is very too small for a screen to do an actual test on, so it won't be on this, it'll be on a much bigger screen, but I'm curious. I've had this up in the container for 2 months, and I'm dying to see exactly how it's going to react. There we go. Sorry about that. Let me get this at eye level. Now this is a stage 1 at 1%, which means we really don't know. We can change things to it. In the particular time of testing it, we got plenty of time to basically change it, to alter it. This gives me an idea of what I'm dealing with. LG beta fish. Right in the center area of this thing. Oh no, we're too far down. There we are. Let's see that. Well, that's good. Colors are nice and bright. We want to get the fishy. Where's the fishy coming in at? Oh, it's underneath of us. It's definitely underneath of us. Just go all the way around. I'm gonna mess up my carpet. Can't get the fishy from there. I'm not gonna pick it right from there. We need it this way. Oh, wait, it's gonna bounce up here. When you see the old fishy. I think we are going to see the old fishy. Back up a little bit. All right, here we go. Yeah, I gotta get my 106 in here. To go to the storage unit tomorrow, I'm gonna pick up my 106, paint it, and then basically display it. I got my scaffold unit in the next room. I need to see this on a much larger scale. "4K animals." Definitely going to have to enhance the height and level much, much brighter. This is why testing are important. Because this allows me to see what we need to improve in the technology. If you're throwing products out there and you have no test underneath of them, that's extremely bad, because it means the customer is buying something that could potentially have a high failure rate. Yeah, white level definitely is going to have to be heightened by a lot. Right, that's no problem, it's easy. All right, let me see what we got here. Now, when will this technology be launching? It'll be a while. Like I said, we have to go through a lot of testing with this. We have to make sure it's going to work 100%. So it could be 3 months, 4 months from now, but it's going to take a while. We need to know exactly it's going to work exactly what it's designed to do. This is supposed to be a rare collection, so it needs to be absolutely perfect when we get done with it. It means we're going to have to run every test you could possibly think of on this thing to make sure it's going to run perfectly. Oh, that's good. I got what I need to see. What we need to work on. This is why I don't approve of tests or any demonstrations being solely on an ultra short throw, because the ultra short throw is sitting too close to the screen. You need to do it at a distance. The reason why we use the ultra short throw is to get the screen much higher, much brighter image, which you shouldn't be doing. All right, let's get right here back into my lens shift. Now you see how that looks? That's how it should be reacting. So that means it has been testing. This technology is tested. Red screen. So that's what would happen if I decided to take a 5,000 lumen. This is my projector behind me. It's a 5,000 lumen Chrissy projector. If I decided to take the 5,000 lumen projector and hit the wall with it. That's why I keep explaining to people at the end of the day, when you buy these projectors, you're not getting what you think you're getting out of it. You're not getting anywhere close to what you think you're getting out of your projector. If you're solely depending on your projector to give you all those bells and whistles, guess what? You're not going to get it. You're basically going to get way below the minimum of what your projector can do. You need to have a high performance screen or a really extremely good screen in order to be able to pick up the images. If not, you can't see color. I love when people hit their white walls with projections, ultra short throw projectors and any kind of projector and go, look at the colors. No, you're not getting jack at the end of the day. Blue screen. That's what some people are saying, well, I got a really good projector. I paid a lot of money for it. It has all these bells and whistles. All I got to do is hit the wall with it. It should be just fine. No, it won't. No, heck no, it ain't gonna be fine. That thing's gonna wash out. You're gonna have to be in the dark. Can't be in this much light. Let me turn the lights off for a minute. Ah, shoot, got those toys. Yeah, we've been down this road before, haven't we? With Mr. Mannequin. Yeah, even with the lights out, white and gray screens don't pick up at all, period. Absolutely, it's one of the worst things you can actually literally put into a dedicated theater room. The worst. Let's try it with the red again. Red screen. You don't pick up a jack at all. And again, like I said, my projector is a Chrissy. This one I swapped out 1080p, 1920 by 1200, a WXGA venue projector at 5,000 lumens. And this is what I keep telling people at the end of the day, because you have 5,000, because you have 6,000 or 7,000, that is not going to fix your problem. You're actually washing your image out even faster because you're introducing more light to the equation. That's why. Even with the lights out, remember, you have 5,000 lumens sitting in your screen. So it washes out even faster. You need a screen designed to absorb light. Our technology can absorb light, maintain its levels, keep its contrast levels with no problem whatsoever. And when we're done testing, as this product is an already tested product, the Alpha 1 will have the exact same capabilities, but it'll be a little bit more advanced than this. Green screen. My personal favorite is, I can see contrast levels because the lights are out. No, the heck you can't. Starfield screensaver. Told you. Yeah, picking up contrast. You're picking up a shade of gray. That's what you're picking up. So that means you have to go out and spend more money for a projector that can pick up a higher contrast level, which will cost you a lot more money when our technology can do it for, you don't even need it. Heck, you don't even need contrast on your projector at all, period. What we got to do with this demonstration tomorrow. This is what we're going to do tomorrow. I got this comment already. Somebody asked me, like, what's the difference between the screen and the wall? Well, there you go. So if I had bought that projector, and thinking that, oh, I'm going to be able to pick up this beautiful image, even though, nope, that ain't going to happen. Somebody did that with the P2. Literally, somebody bought the P2. I got to find a demonstration. And they literally hit the wall with it. And it was absolutely horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Yeah, that's the biggest lie that you will ever tell yourself, is if you think because you have all these special bells and whistles in your projector that you are really going to pick up what you think you're going to pick up, you're not picking it up. It comes down to what screen you get. You get a white screen, it's going to be poor. Get a gray screen, it's going to be a little bit better, but it's still poor because you can't see a contrast level. Get a gunmetal screen, it's going to be far better than those two screens, but it's going to be expensive, but still the color's going to be, it's not going to be the level you want to be at. The black technology, well, 100% contrast, beautiful colors, even with the lights out or on, doesn't make a difference. And I'm going to show you something they can't do that we can do. I can have my lights on. The only way a gray and white screen can pick up a somewhat decent, well, I can't even call it decent, just call it something, a something black level, is you have to be in the dark. "3D Snowflake Screensaver." They still have it on here. The house. Oh yeah, I remember this freaking nightmare. Couldn't find that for Jack. 3D Winner Screensaver? I haven't seen that one. Oh, Skyworth food demonstration. Oh, it's all coming back to me now. That's a new one. Haven't seen that one yet. Skyworth food demonstration. Where's my Skyworth food demonstration? I know we got it up here somewhere. I like that one. Skyworth food demonstration. There we go. No, you can't see contrast. That's not going to happen on the wall. Now remember, in our demonstration, well, actually in the other person's demonstration, that product is supposed to be so dark you can't make out anything on the screen. Yeah, that's black paint reaction. With the white or gray screen, your white levels are going to be slightly higher, but again, you won't really see contrast or color. Perfect example. Here you go. I'll just my stand here maybe for this. There you go. Perfect. Oh, well, let me help on this thing a little bit. I dare not touch any light switches on here without something else. So I've been getting electric shock for the last couple of days. I'm really hating rugs or carpet. There we go. Now see, we expect for our white levels to be a little low. Any gunmetal, any dark technology is going to have that effect. But the thing about it is it can't be so dark that you literally can't see the screen. And as you can see, you can make out the hair color right here or skin color right there, the pots and pans in the background with no problem whatsoever. Where's the rest of that at? Ooh, let's have a little fun here. Batman versus Superman.
With limited carry option, responsible gunman.
Yeah, it's a lot missing, ain't it? Wait till we turn the lights on. Yeah, that's just about the gist of it all. Let's try a nice, beautiful ocean. Let's see. That one we passed it. Oh. Black contrast demonstrations. Oh, perfect. Let's go to the OLED horse. It's not going to pick up. Period. Let's take our lights out. See if that helps any. Nope, doesn't help either with the lights out. That's why I said with the black technology, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. Well, actually, you're damned. Not damned if you do, more damned if you don't do it. At the end of the day, because again, all your bells and whistles in your projector don't work at all, period. You're only picking up the bare minimum of what your projector can do. And people sit and say, well, I have a JVC, I have all these expensive projectors, but when I go to these forum sites and I ask you to turn your lights on, your screen washes out automatically. Nothing wrong with the projector. The projector they have is absolutely a piece of art. But the problem is that the projector can only work as well as the screen. My projector has a 2,000-to-1 contrast. So some people may think that maybe if I spend more, oh, you're spending how much? More money? Why are you spending more money? To get better contrast? To fix something that our technology could do with a projector that would cost you $500. That's the first thing that came to your mind, that I can fix it if I get a 3 million. No, even if you get a 5 million to one, you still can't fix it. I have never seen a projector out there on the market that literally had a contrast level so heavy that it can turn a white screen literally almost black. Show me one. I haven't seen one yet. This is why gray and white screens and all that stuff are not ambient light projection technology. They can't possess it. If anyone ever tells you they got a gray screen that's ambient light projection, it's a lie. You have to be in an ambient light controlled environment. Your technology is not ambient light projection. Simple. Show a star field. Well, that's what we talking about contrast at the end of the day, so we know where that goes at. Well, that's a whole nother story in its own. If I talk about people in contrast levels, I see it all the time with gray paints. It picks up a black level. No, you are not seeing black. You're literally seeing gray. I never see anybody go into a car dealership, look at a car, and they say, what color you want it in? I want it in black. And it comes out gray, and they go, oh yeah, that's perfect. Never. That's gray. Gray, cannot see black. Now, for some people, what it does to fix the problem, like I said, more expensive projector, and again, have the lights out to fix the problem. All right. So as for the Alpha 1, yeah, we're going to be doing more testing on it. The reason why we can do it with this right here, because it's already been tested. $4K snow screensavers. Christmas Cottage is not even there anymore. If you do notice that the wolf does have detail to it, there's no detail down here. It's completely gone because, again, this is generating too high of a white level, which means the detail is not even there anymore. Even white levels, you have to have contrast to show detail, or else you're going to be just looking at a white screen all day long. But if you're going to be watching any demonstrations involving white levels, there has to be detail, and you can't get detail without contrast. I said somebody to me, well, what about the white light? Were you going to stand at a white screen all day long? Because pretty much, you know, without, you know, anything you watch is going to have detail. "4K, no, cancel. 8K desired nature. I know the menu doesn't even pick up. No. Let me see where we want to go with this. I want to do this one first. There you go. So if you're in the dark with your projector, with your 20,000 to 1 or 30,000 to 1 or 2 or 3 million to 1, you have to be in the dark. And if you're in the dark compared next to our black technology, you won't even see black, your screen will come up gray. The only reason why you think you see black is because you're on a standalone. There's nothing to compare it to. Hey, you can do that without our products. Go buy yourself some black paint. As I said before, any black surface is going to pull a contrast level. The problem you're going to have is it can't see white light, which we have in our test demonstration. It's displayed on our website. That's why one of the test demonstrations I actually put out there was saying all those people that were claiming that they were really seeing contrast, simple way to find it if you're not. You take a black sheet, pick whatever you want, drape that over the side of your screen, pull up a Starfield demonstration, turn all your lights on. Contrast can see whether the lights are on or off, doesn't make a difference. If your screen is pulling up a 100% contrast level, you should be able to sit right next to that black sheet, no problem. Now, two things are going to happen. If you can match it, you're going to come extremely close to it. If you can't, your screen's going to fade even faster because that screen can pick up black. Well, not screen, that sheet can pick up black. That's why we do what we call the black on black demonstrations versus our products. So we can show the difference between our products and black household paints, materials, fabrics, just about anything you can name. That's why we have test demonstrations backing that. Let's go back here. Let's do it on our level. So we like to have our lights on because our technology is ambient light projection technology, which means our product should work with the lights on or off. It doesn't make a difference. Now, if you don't see this kind of demonstration on a gray product or a white product with the lights being turned on and showing you, then there's a problem right there. The screen can't see contrast. Oh, forgot these lights are here. Forgot my dining room and, I'm calling it dining room, and it's a good size for a dining room. Yeah. Anyway, my dining room and kitchen lights. All right, so we got a chance to get a sneak peek of the Alpha 1. I got a chance to see exactly what I'm going to be upgrading on and changing. I will be coding to a much larger screen size. It was just for to see exactly what I was dealing with. I'm going to have a 106 in storage, which I'm going to be taking it out, coding that, and that'll be displayed right here for some fun. Or I got a big enough room in here. You can put it right over there if you want. Not hanging it up there. It's just basically just for just testing something out on. Let me see something for a minute. Yeah. Oh, heck yes. All right. That's fantastic. I could basically put the scaffold right there, and I got more room if I walk back there. we just covered some small bases here. I had a few people ask me about the wall, so why don't you just project it on the wall? It'd be much better. Yeah, it would be much better, wouldn't it? No, it wouldn't. It'd be absolutely horrible. That's one of the problems I see people when they buy projectors. They, I talk to them. They'll say, "Well, I have so much color. I have this. I can do this and do that, and it has that capability and that capability." And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, you're not seeing any of that at all. Period. Because again, you have to have a good screen, an extremely good screen, in order to pick it up. And the more money you spend on the screen, well, without our technology being there, that would be the case. The more money you spend on the screen, the better your image would pop up. Okay, my baby back where it belongs. No, we need lights on for that. See, benefits of having ambient light rejection technology. I can be scrambling around the dark figuring what my buttons look like on my controller. Let me see, lens shift. Lens shift, can't live without it, honestly. AK, no, I should cancel. Cancel. Can't think of what I want here. Oh, Snow Cottage. Screensaver. Oh, all right, that brings them up. I was wondering if I wish I had to say it to bring it up. That brings it up. Okay, now we know. Now we know. What's this? So I'm going to upgrade the heightener for the Alpha 1. That's pretty much all we need to do. And then that, we're good. Let's see something real quick. Ah, I've got toys everywhere. What are you doing? Step on his toys when I come in. Beautiful colors, 4K.
Hey, our first graders, it's Duncan. The place you didn't think was for you. Well, meet the side of Duncan.
Can you imagine if this was a 150-inch white screen that I had in here on a 5,000 projector, thinking that the projector is going to fix the problem? Yeah. We do some white demonstrations tomorrow. Put about 4 or 5 different areas. White screens. We'll put one right there, 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 and there, and one in the center. Because we really need to talk about that topic where people who buy these projectors and really think that I'll just buy myself a cheap white screen, the projector is going to do all the work, it's going to fix the problem. No, it will not. You turn the lights on, your screen will wash right on out. Then you go to forum sites and they'll tell you maybe you have to calibrate your projector and some other nonsense to go along with it. Start looking into more advanced screens and you'll find that these screens are going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. And as for the gray screen paint products, if you haven't conquered gunmetal yet, you're not even in that category. Okay. So I think before any gray screen, and I don't care who you make, who makes it, if you haven't taken on a gunmetal screen, and that is really considered to be, well, worth better than gunmetal, but still, at the end of the day, gunmetal is more superior than the grays and white screens out there. If you haven't beat a gunmetal screen, and I'm not talking about one, I'm talking about at least 9 or 10 of them in one hit, then at the end of the day, no, your product is not that good. It's okay, but it's not on the level of gunmetal technology. Why can't we get our gunmetals done here? So color change out. This is what happens with a white screen at 5,000 lumens. And therefore it can't register color. So most people, like I said, when they buy projectors, the first thing they go out and buy a white screen. Don't do that. If you get a white screen, like I said, you're going to have to paint over it eventually because, again, a white screen is not going to give you exactly what you need at the end of the day. It can't see color, it can't see contrast, as I explained multiple times. And a gray screen is not going to give you a much better picture. It's going to be a little bit of slight hiccup, but nothing major. And even with the gray screen, even if it does give you a bit of a hiccup for the color, again, you're still going to have to calibrate, as in gray screens always have to be calibrated. Then on top of that, you still are not achieving your contrast levels because you cannot see that on a gray screen. So to upgrade your white screen, either you have our technology or you can go out and spend a couple $1,000 for a gunmetal, but still you will not be able to achieve the contrast and colors because we can beat gunmetal screens. Let's take the lights up quick on this one. Now, for those of you sitting there saying, well, you know, it looks okay. Yeah, it looks okay. You spent all this money for this projector and it looks okay. It should look much better than okay. You should get what you paid for out of your projector. You paid for a full projector. You only got half of it. Starfield screensaver. So how much money do you have to spend on contrast in order to equal that black technology? How much money is it going to cost you at the end of the day? Now, in this topic, we got to talk about the Alpha ones. We had a chance to see what they look like and some things on there I need to work on for testing. Of course, we always test our products out. But also, too, showing, answering some questions because somebody was asking me about the wall that we have here using a 5,000 projector. And I get this all the time when I do demonstrations. They always think it's the projector every single time. They'll sit there and go, oh, well, it's got to be the projector doing all that. No, it's not the projector doing all that because people believe they buy a projector with a bunch of bells and whistles. It's coming from the projector. No, majority of that comes from your screen. You're going to have the most powerful projector in the world. As I said before, if you're not the proper screen, you don't get the proper image. So even at 5,000 lumens, 1920 by 1200, a Venue Christie projector will not pick up on a white surface. And those of you who will be watching this demonstration now or later on, and you do have a white screen in your environment, coating it with a gray product will not fix it. Because a gray product, again, cannot see contrast, can't see color, and pretty much, and we all know this, any house paint will do the exact same thing. Without tests proving otherwise, then that's what it is. Or you can just go out and spend $3,000, $4,000, or $5,000 for a 100-inch because a 150-inch of that technology is going to cost you a ton of money. And you still won't even come close to our technology. Now, if you want to check out our test demonstrations on certified screens, we have done them on just about every level you can possibly think of. In the description below, you'll be able to see a link where you can go and check out our test demonstrations versus certified screens. Let's finish with the 8K Desired Nature. 8K Desired Nature. Amazing what's going on with that because I can never figure out why she does that. Just bounces us out completely out. As you can see, as we're sliding the screen across, the white sheet of paper, it's not picking up jack. This is why I explained before that any black screen that has a 1.1 gain, that's extremely, extremely bad. It has to have a high enough gain. Even gunmetals have extremely high gain levels. Screen has to be to generate enough white light. I'll put the lights out. Now watch a movie. Fire up my ceiling. Now, if you're curious what screen paint we're using here, this is called a Complete Cinema. We have this on our website with free worldwide shipping. I swear I feel like that episode of Peter Griffin when he was electrocuting people. Ugh. Every time I touch something, I get shocked. Alright, people. That's basically about it. I'm going to watch something. "4K exotic tropical fish," YouTube.
One for the dreamers and the dreamers. Others might not see it, but we all might.
Now, hopefully, in 2 weeks from today, we'll be showing off the Sugar Plum Fairy, and like I said, we'll be doing more testing on the Alpha 1. The screen being not to pick a high enough white level, not a problem at all. That's easy to do. Same thing when we did the extreme, was it the 48s? Was it 48s had it? No, it wasn't the 48s. It was after the 40s. We have after the 48s. Can't remember which one they were, but they were picking up too high of a white level. We couldn't get them to adjust. We got them to adjust, but that came from a lot of testing. And this is the reason why we need to look at these products to make sure that they're working correctly. If I went out and I was with haste and I decided to launch an Alpha 1 without proper testing, those are the kind of results we could have got back from the screen. That would have been a nightmare for us. That's why it's very important to test your products before you launch them. Okay, we're over here. All right, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. We went over time, didn't we? Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I'm gonna go watch a movie. Gotta go, and God bless.